Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your April 2016 love reading. It's Raina here. So, the card I picked for the overall energy of the month of April for you is the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like some of you have started a romance with somebody from work. And for other people, this could just mean that you have started a romance with somebody who is an earth sign. So that would be somebody born under the sign of Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Now, the other thing to remember here too is that sometimes the energy that somebody is presenting is not necessarily going to be their sun sign, but the overall energy. So for instance, I have a sun in Sagittarius, but I have a lot of earth. And so that may come across in certain circumstances. In any case, I feel that for some of you, you have really fallen head over heels for this person, and it's uncharacteristic for you because you're really feeling the feelings. You're not being your usual detached self, and you're, totally smitten. And for others, there may have also been a water sign person who either you were breaking up from, or you are in a relationship with or married to, and starting an affair with this earth sign person, possibly while you're still in this other relationship. The higher perspective is a strength card. Now, if we're going to look at astrological connections, as I've been doing, the strength card connects to Leo, which is your opposite sign. So maybe if you've been embroiled in some kind of love triangle of sorts, the higher message is that the person that's really for you is a Leo, or somebody who has Leo prominent in their chart. But it can also just be saying that this too shall pass. If you've been dealing with a lot of stress regarding your love life, that things will get better. But I do believe that if there are two people involved, that you have to make a choice, and you can't just keep going behind someone's back if that's what's happening. That can really eat at a person, the guilt of that. And I feel like we have to live in integrity, obviously. And sometimes I understand that emotional needs kind of trump the marriage vows or whatever. But I think that eventually it catches up to a person and they realize that it's just not sustainable. The advice is the Page of Swords. And if you are the one who suspects that this is happening to your relationship, in other words, maybe you are not the two other parties, maybe it's your husband or wife or partner who is stepping out on you, or you at least suspect a particular person, there's something that makes you think that this is occurring, you may have to be a little bit of a spy. I also think that you're going to have to think ahead of time and maybe create some kind of a strategy if you're dealing with somebody who is cheating on you, or even if you have been the one that is involved in this other relationship. In order to properly solve the issue, you're going to have to deal with things in a very systematic way, and also in a very truthful sort of a way. Not create more and more deception, in other words, but using the power of your intellect, as well as being ethical about things and dealing with it head on. What you must be careful of during this time is represented by the Nine of Wands. So this is a card of having barriers that are too high and, rigid boundaries. If, for instance, you do find out that your partner has been having an affair and you really still love this person, then I would ask you to consider that perhaps there was a reason why the other party felt like they had to do what they did, and not to just throw it out altogether, because sometimes we forget that other people are human and they do things to meet their needs that aren't necessarily the best things to do, but they're feeling rather desperate and they do what comes easy. For instance, let's say your partner did have an affair with somebody at his or her place of employment. That is convenient, because of the proximity, but maybe there were problems in their relationship with you, and instead of dealing with those problems, or maybe they tried to, and maybe for some reason you were not willing to listen to their litany of complaints, and so you did not give them a chance. That's always a possibility. I feel, in other words, that we have to kind of have generosity of spirit when it comes to the weaknesses of other people, especially if that person wants to remain in a marriage or a committed relationship with you. If they can explain to you exactly why it happened, then I think that you have to at least give them a fair shot. The outcome is the World card. And so this is a card of completion. It's the last card of the major arcana. So this may be suggesting that you have ended a certain chapter of your love life. For some of you, maybe this will be a marriage, maybe a long-term marriage. Maybe you've decided you have irreconcilable differences and you will choose to separate and eventually divorce. Maybe some of you have had a rocky relationship for several years and this crisis happens and it strengthens your relationship. That's always a possibility as well. But I do feel like there is a positive kind of an ending or chapter closing in your relationship or your love life at this time, Aquarius. And I realized that this was pretty specific. And so I'm bracing myself in terms of the kind of ratings I get and that sort of thing. I never disable my ratings because why should I be afraid of someone's opinion, right? So if this totally did not make any sense, then I do apologize. I have to interpret the cards the way I interpret them. If you would like a personalized reading which incorporates your natal chart into looking at different aspects of a relationship or just your own style of loving and maybe some habitual patterns, as well as a personalized tarot spread, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great April, Aquarius. Bye.